What's up, guys? John here. Titan Talk Tuesday in full effect. You know, we actually got on here a little earlier today. We're ahead of schedule, about 2 minutes. That's good. I like to be ahead of schedule. I like to be on time or ahead of time. Sometimes because of Sharisse, I'm not, and I'm late. So it is what it is. You know, I'll take that, the good with the bad, right? That's how it goes. So we got an awesome show for you guys. What's up, Big Thaddeus out there, my man? How you doing? What's up, Espana? How you doing? What's going on? ZL1 Sandu, how you doing? So Instagram, Facebook, we got an awesome show for you guys. We're going to talk about therapy of the week, which is Tighten Up. We'll talk about all the good stuff, what's in it, how it works, how it's going to help you guys, what are the benefits of it, right? The blood work special. So if you guys didn't hear about the blood work special because of Sharisse's birthday, which was yesterday, I extended one more day for today, the blood work special. So if you guys want that special, the phones go off at 6 here. That's all right. We're still here working because of West Coast. You guys can text the line 727-389-3220 to get that blood work special. And I'll go over what's in the blood work because that's the next question I usually get from people. What does a blood work panel consist of? So I'll go over that. It's our full male panel or full female panel. I'll go over the prices too for you as well. We're going to talk about Howard, Dwight Howard. He's a basketball player in the NBA. His experience or what's going on in the bubble. And if you guys don't know what's going on with the NBA, they're down at Disney here in Florida, and they're in a bubble. So basically, they can't go out of this certain area. People can't come in that certain area. So all the people are basically quarantined together. They're playing these games. So it's pretty cool. We'll go over that too as well. California City, BML mural just got taken off or taken away. We'll talk about why and what went on to do that. Teens or tweens spreading COVID-19 like adults. So another study came out. We'll talk about that too as well. The U.S. in the world. So I'm a movie buff. We'll go over what's going on with movie releases too. So let's get into it. Plus, we cannot forget our poll. We don't want to forget that because I always sometimes do, and Art has to remind me. So I'm going to be on point with the poll this time. We'll talk about it. And I'll do a giveaway for shirts or leggings or something like that at the end. I'll give you the special code word to text in so you guys can win some stuff. So let's get into Titan Talk Tuesday. If you guys have questions, please let me know, and I'll answer them for you guys the best of my ability. If not, I'll get you guys the answer. All right? Within bounds. Within bounds. All right, so let's go. Tighten Up. So Tighten Up. What is this? So this is a vitamin amino acid therapy that was created by us, some chemists, and the pharmacy. And at that point, we created our own signature blends. We combine things that were going to help people, perform better, give them natural energy, help day-to-day metabolism and stuff like that. So this was one of our first signature Titan therapies. And it's called Tighten Up. And the reason is it was just really catchy, right? We're Titan Medical Center. People usually want to lose weight and go along with that. They want energy and stuff like that. And it's time to tighten up. So Tighten Up is where it is. People come up to me all the time like, man, you should, they don't know us. You should create something that says Tighten Up. I'm like, we already have that. We've had that for years. So what is in it? So this is a good one. So it basically has a B complex in there. It has MIC, methionine, inositol, and choline. It's going to help, and those three things alone are going to help the liver process fats faster and go through the body faster. Okay, it's also going to help with B complex as far as energy, thinking, nervous system, hair, skin, nails. B complex is really good. It's also going to add in one branched chain amino acid, and that's only one. There's only 3 of them, but we have 1 in this one. If you want all 3, you can get Titan Complete, and that has all 3. And it has B complex and MIC. But at that point, you get leucine, and leucine's going to help aid with weight loss. All right. You're also getting L-carnitine, which is also going to help weight loss. Big shout out to Deke Warner. He just joined us. The Mid-Florida Classic is coming August 15th, and we will be there. You guys better be there too. It's in Orlando, that area. We'll have the flyer up so you guys can see it big time. We'll be out there representing me, Big Drew, the crew. We will be there in full force representing hardcore. So we can't wait for that event. Big shout out to Dig Water. All right, back to Tighten Up. So we went over MIC, we went over the B complex, the branched chain amino acid, leucine that's in there, and also L-carnitine. this combination will help you in a number of different ways. Like I said, for weight loss, as far as boosting the metabolism, processing fats faster in the body. It's also going to aid with weight loss and recovery of muscle, along with the leucine. Even if you're fasting and stuff like that. The whole thing with fasting, I just got done doing a segment about macros and stuff like that. But going into a calorie deficit to lose weight. So you want to process fats faster. You want to get stored energy and burn those calories, right? But you don't want to get to a point where you start burning through muscle and stuff like that, because that will happen too. You just want to protect that as well. That's eating properly and then taking these different therapies, or these branched chain amino acids or amino acids too can help with that. Which amino acids are building blocks of protein, okay? That's what they are. And they have a number of different functions after that can help the body. So amino acids, there's essential ones, and that's what your body can't produce on its own. You have to get from outside sources. So that kind of breaks down a little bit of that. But Tighten Up, one of our first signature therapies here, and definitely it's still a popular one because it's got a lot of great things in it and it helps people in a number of different ways. It's also very economical for them too as well. So check it out. If you guys want to know more about Tighten Up, that therapy, it's also in our summer packages, which you can mix and match with our ECAs or our Titan Fat Loss Cream, which are awesome. But if you want it alone, you can get it alone, or you can get a discount with the packages too as well. All you got to do is call or text 727-389-3220. If you text us, no problem. You call us, no problem. We'll get back to you. We're not on the phone at that point. Phones are here. These girls are busy as heck. So we're trying to take care of everybody as fast as possible. It is. Thank you, Deke. I appreciate it. Ryan Jensen, what's going on? Just Cook Joseph, how you doing? So Tighten Up. It's a great therapy. And like I said, you can mix and match with any of the different therapies. It's good. It's natural as far as your body needs these things. There's no hormones in it. So check it out. All right. So Sharisse's blood work specials. So from time to time, as you guys know, we run blood work specials all the time. Even though our blood work is the cheapest, and I hate to use that term, the most affordable, I like that term, most affordable in the whole United States. Anywhere you're at, any state, any city, we can send you guys somewhere close to it. All right, so at that point, we want to do something that was going to promote health for her birthday, especially with what Sharisse was going through right now with her health problems. So at that point, this was a good way to get back and to show people some love. So for the male panel, it's going to be $130 instead of $200. Okay. For the female panel, it's going to be $200 instead of $300. The reason is because females have more hormone panels in their blood panel than the guys do. Okay. And we all have the same amount of hormones. It's just for females, you need to balance a couple of the other ones. And you need to look at them. So this is what it is. So for most of the panels, all right, so for the male panel, you're talking about free and total testosterone ranges, estradiol ranges, progesterone, IGF-1 levels, full thyroid panel, not just TSH, which is thyroid stimulating hormone. It's going to have a full cholesterol panel, HDL, your good cholesterol, LDL, your bad cholesterol, triglycerides, total cholesterol, and the ratio of HDL to LDL. It's very important to look at these different things. It can tell a number of different markers from cardiovascular issues. So you want to make sure that your cholesterol and that panel is on point. The other things, a complete blood cell count, CBC. So this has white blood cell count, which means infection if it's usually higher, or your body's fighting it off. Your red blood cell count, hemoglobin, hematocrit. This is key, especially, okay, if you're taking any androgens, if you're on testosterone replacement therapy, hormone replacement therapy. This can increase red blood cell count, hemoglobin, hematocrit, and this can cause your blood to thicken, it become like sludge, and at that point can't move through the body. DVTs, blood clots, and strokes, okay? This can happen to you, right? And once you get one, and if you don't die from it, because it could be terminal in some cases, but if you don't, you can be more likely or more prevalent to get it again, to get another one. And usually what you have to do is you have to take blood thinners if you do get one. It's not something you want to do. All right, so this is very important to watch and very important to check, okay? And at that point, you're going to do a CMP, a comprehensive metabolic panel. And what this is going to do is this is going to look at liver, kidneys, electrolytes, those things. So you're going to be able to take a full range of what's going on. Now, we also do a B12 in there just to see where those levels are at, because that's essential for a lot of different people and what they're trying to do with us. You can add on different panels. There's the vitamin D panel, which in my mind would be essential, but some people say they don't want to do the panel. That's why I've got pushback on it. Hey, listen, if they want to do it, they can add it on. Prolactin. Prolactin's another one that can be added on, and that one's more common with a lot of people that are out there. Whether they're self-medicating themselves, in some of these worlds, they're taking different things that could stimulate prolactin in their body, and they don't want that, especially in guys. You don't want to lactate like a girl. When a girl's pregnant, prolactin's up. That's why they lactate. You don't want to do that. And I've definitely seen that happen with some guys, okay? So these different things you want to look at. They're going to tell you what's going on inside. They're going to be like the roadmap. It's just like taking your car in. You're like, oh, it makes a sound. They have to do diagnostics on it to see exactly what's going on, all right? What up, Stacy? How you doing? Yes, and high blood cell count. So when your hemoglobin, hematocrit, red blood cell count are high, it can make you sluggish. You can get headaches. It's not good for the body, and those are just some telltale signs. And I talked to somebody today in the bodybuilding world, and he was like, listen, I know guys that haven't got their blood tested in like 5 years. I'm like, oh my God, that's horrible. I mean, even if you weren't bodybuilding, you aren't taking, anything like external supplements or some of the stuff that happens, you definitely want to check up just to be healthy, just to make sure things are good. The reason is because if you find things in the first stages, right, you can more likely take care of it easier. If you find it, that's a problem, like stage 3, stage 4 cancer, at that point you're on that way to maybe to death, and you don't want that. So, and that's just a horrible case scenario. But there's other things you can look for, even for guys. So there's a PSA in the blood test, as a prostate in blood. So at that point, that could be a marker and a flag. And we've helped people when they initially did their blood test, we get the results back, and before they do their consultation and stuff like that, to see, are they healthy enough to go on some of these different therapies? And if they're not, or there's a problem, now they have the blood work, and they can take it, and we can tell them to go to a specialist, like a urologist or something like that, and find out what the underlying issue or what the problem is and why that's like it is. So it's awesome. What up, Antonio? How you doing? Melinda Hot Wheels, what's going on? Bold and Buff. Thank you guys for joining me on Titan Talk Tuesday. What up, Nadia? How you doing? So I went over Tighten Up, that therapy and what it had in it. I talked about the Sharisse blood work special, males and females. All right, so you guys take advantage of it. Today's the last day. So if you guys want it, you guys are going to have to text tonight the line, 727-389-3220. And at that point, maybe if you say that you see it on Titan Talk tomorrow, I'll accept it. But if I don't hear that, I'm not going to accept it. So make sure you say that, all right? All right, so Dwight Howard. If you guys don't know who Dwight Howard is, Dwight Howard's a basketball player, right? And he's in the bubble in Disney. So all these players had to go in this bubble, and at that point, they're playing basketball at Disney. So all the NBA teams are going to be there. And most of them, all of them, had to quarantine for so long, so many days. And then they want to wear masks, and they actually wear these bands. So if they go within 6 feet of somebody, it starts beeping. Pretty cool, right? But there are some people out there that are going against the mask situation. We know out in the public right now, general public, and pro sports, and everybody has their opinion, everybody has their rights. So at that point, he said, I am not going to wear a mask. So he hasn't been wearing a mask, which is like a big, and everybody else there is pretty much complying. Another thing is he went on kind of like a rant today, or I think it was yesterday, about vaccinations and being, his thought and opinion about the vaccinations, and that's fine too. But it was just something that's pretty big right now, especially in there. I heard some people, the basketball players, are definitely not liking this because none of them want to catch it, all right? And that's outside too. Like, if you go out in the general public, there are people that are scared shitless, okay? That's just is what it is. They're scared, and they don't want to catch it. And by rights, I mean some of them are high risk or don't know what's going to happen. And I go back to Sharisse, it is what it is. I wouldn't have thought she was going to be like that, but that's what happened. So I understand both sides, I guess, but that's what he's doing. So it's definitely newsworthy, and that's why I want to bring it up. California City removes Black Lives Matter mural. So I think this is Redford, California. I read about it today. It's like, catchy headlines. Redwood. Yeah, okay. Redwood, excuse me. You're right. Redwood City, California. And last week, they removed the Black Lives Matter mural. And why did they do this? And they've got them in pretty much all these big cities. I think we have one here in Tampa right down the street on Cass Street, which is right down the street from here. So at that point, what happened was an attorney, a female attorney. She, I guess, petitioned for a license and said that she wanted to do a Magna 2020 mural. So at that point, they said, no, well, we're not going to have anything out there. It's a distraction to transportation, so for cars, so for safety. And basically, the guy that designed it said thought it was going to wash away anyway. So they took it off, and they're not allowing anything on the street now because of safety reasons. It's just funny that it was out there beforehand and stuff like that. It's kind of messed up. But hey, listen, this is what it is. So hopefully we all come together. We need to come together. Stop dividing. All right, so teens and tweens spreading COVID-19 like adults. So there was another article and then research to back it up. There was a study done about teens and tweens being able to spread COVID like adults, because they say little kids underneath 10 can't spread COVID like us adults. I don't know how that's possible. I thought it was the exact same thing. Respiratory droplets, microspit, stuff like that. And I think babies have the exact same thing, right? So I don't know. Listen, it is what it is. But this was just another study that they seen. So I mean, it's pretty crazy, because school's going back in some of the places, and school's not going back in some of the places. They're staying virtual. So we're going to see how this all plays out. I feel like we're all a part of this big guinea pig experiment, and we're going to see what the results are. And I guess another 5 years, 10 years, we'll see, I guess. Because vaccinations, I guess, they said they're going to have out before the end of the year, which is pretty fast. The Operation Warp Speed is what it's called. So that's what the government's doing. It's pretty crazy. And then all these conspiracy theories out there, it is what it is. It's doing crazy. All right, so the U.S., and this one affects me. I really hate this. The U.S. is last, or could be last, in the world to get new releases of movies because of our COVID-19 spikes and everything that's going on and rolling back and stuff like that. They're talking about us not being able to get some of these new releases. And for example, Tenet, okay, was a Christopher Nolan film. He made Inception. He made The Dark Knight. So you should know who this guy is. He's a great filmmaker. So he made this movie Tenet, which is supposed to be awesome. Seen the previews, read the behind the scenes of it. I'm a big movie buff. I'm a geek like that. And at that point, so they've officially moved it from the scheduled date where it was at. I think it was in October or something like that, and they took it off completely. But here's the thing. There are other places in the world that still have movie theaters open right now, and they're open to the general public. So, and some of these movies that they've released over there have already made a ton of money. So it's just a U.S. where we're not going to get these movies because of movie theaters. And who knows, our movie theaters going to be around after this, because some of them are saying that they're in financial desperation. So we're going to see if some of them do, or somebody's going to come in and take their place. Now this weekend, we went to a drive-in, and it was really, really cool. So it was a drive-in. They were playing The Purge, which is obviously an older movie. It was kind of funny and ironic that they were playing that movie during these times, because I kind of think of it as like a purge, or we're going to get to that point because everything's just so crazy. But yeah, it is what it is. But it was really cool to do. So drive-ins will hopefully come back. I've seen some of the movie theaters that are open, because there's one in our area that you can rent out. So think about renting that out, doing a little get-together with a small group and small gathering, obviously. But you guys can go watch movies if you guys want to do that. That's pretty cool. All right, so let's get to the $1 trillion bailout. So both sides, Democrats and Republicans, and I don't follow politics, but I like to watch the news. And I like to see if they're going to help us out with any more money, because there's a lot of people out there, and not me, I'm talking about people out there that are desperate and need money. They need the stimulus package, extended. Small businesses, they're hurting. They need this money. All right, because one thing was in most of the places, I think they've took off as far as home loans. So they've delayed these home loans, and they put it on the back end of your mortgage payment, or they're going to want these mortgage payments here in another month, I think, or whenever they let it go. But businesses didn't get that relief. Unless they talk with their landlord was cool, they had to pay their monthly nut, okay, their mortgage, or lease, monthly lease on that property or whatever they're renting. So a lot of business got hurt like that. Luckily, I'm paying on something that I own, so that's a good thing. But I am my own landlord. But a lot of these people are not in that situation, and at that point, they're in desperation and need. And employees too. It's a ripple effect. So if a business goes down, all the employees go down with it. It's a pretty scary thing. So they're saying, it's already starting at $1 trillion. We'll see how high this is going to get. Is it going to get to $2 trillion? Is it going to get more? And don't forget, we've already extended this money, so our debt is going to be pretty high. But people need it. We need to do this. So hopefully they come through with a good stimulus package that helps everybody out, and they come with it very soon. So let's get to the poll question. Do you take a multivitamin? So do you take a multivitamin? All right. So 45% said yes. 31% said yes, oral. So the other ones must be doing injectables. Okay. Faster transportation rate, higher absorbency, no fillers. That's great. 8 said no. 8% said no. No, why should I? 0%. And no. What options do I have? 14%. So let's talk about this. So there's different options, right? You can take an injectable. You can do IV. And you can do an oral version. You can actually do sublingual. And there's suppositories out there if you really want to go that route. It's funny. I'm sorry to get off subject, but I go to this gym, right? And I work out there. And it's a really, really low key. That's what I want to say. There's not that many people in there. 2-3 people at a time, probably 4 tops. And this guy's in there because he's a trainer and stuff like that, a coach. He always talks to me about doing supplementation and stuff like that. And he's really big on the suppositories. He's like, John, we got to do this, the suppository Titan line. People are going to love this stuff, And they don't have to do the injections, and they're going to get great absorbency and stuff like that. I'm like, listen, man, I'm not really with suppository, right? And that could be the same way people aren't with injections. So, I understand it, but I think somebody's going to maybe take an injection than the suppository. But you never know. There are people out there, and there are suppositories and a lot of medications. So I'm not going to be closed-minded about it. For me, all right, I'm just not into it. But I'll go back to an example. If you own a bar and you like Crown Royal, but every one of your customers likes Heineken, and you don't stock no Heineken, you're dumb. So you do what your patients or customers want. So at that point, if patients say, listen, I want suppositories, John, I might start looking into it. But I haven't got a lot of people that have asked me for it. Anyway, so let's talk about the different ways that you can take these medications or therapies. So you can do the oral version. Now, with the oral version, you're going to get a lot more breakdown through the gastro tract, absorbency levels. It's not really a good route, okay? It's more commercially available, OTC, over-the-counter, so a lot of people can just grab it from Walmart, whatever it is. It might not be a good source. It might not have what it says on the label in there, so you're dealing with all these different things. Now, next, injectable. So injectable, you can only get this doctor prescribed. You can only get this from a U.S. licensed pharmacy. The reason is people, because I get people all the time say, oh, that injectable, I can get that stuff over the, in my supplement. I'm like, no, you can't. All right. The reason is because it's injectable. So with this being injectable, it has to go through a number of different testings. It has to be compounded, okay, with the injectable as far as that goes to make the combination. And you just can't do it. It has to be prescribed. It has to do that because you're injecting inside your body, and this could do a lot more harm than you orally swallowing something. You're going to get a lot more absorbency. The transportation is going to be a lot faster. That means you're going to get it into your system a lot more quicker than an oral version. Sublingual, stick it underneath your tongue. That's a pretty good way underneath, I would say, injecting. Obviously, oral, sublingual, suppository. I don't know the percentage, so I'm not even going to put it in there, but I'll just put it at the end. And then you're going to have IV, intravenous. So this is a great way. You're going straight into the bloodstream from like an IV bag. You're putting these different things in there. You're going to get the highest absorbency and the fastest transportation rate, guaranteed that way. The only problem is it's not really for the everyday person. I don't know anybody that's going to put an IV in their arm every day and be able to do that, right? Because you just don't want to do that because you can die if you do that wrong. So don't do that. I'm telling you guys, don't do that. I hear people all the time talking about drawing their blood at home and stuff like that. I'm not talking about a prick of the finger. I'm talking about drawing blood. And I wouldn't recommend that either because if you pass out, something happens, or somebody's not there to help you guys will die. So please don't do that. But, IV is definitely the best way. Now, the injecting, you're talking about 1 minute, point it down, injecting it in, you're ready to rock and roll out the door. So those are the reasons why you should do injecting over an oral, but you also can do a sublingual. And if you guys want to do suppositories, let me know, and I'll start looking into it for you guys.
The Hades underworld line.
Yeah, that's not my route. Okay, I'd rather inject myself.
So
but
we had 35 people answer this poll, by the way.
35, awesome. So it's going up. Our polls are going up. Thank you guys. If you guys want to get involved with the poll question, every week it's on our newsletter. All you have to do to be a part of that newsletter is text the number 22828 and Titan Medical. That's what you're going to put in the subject or your word line or whatever it is. At that point, you'll automatically be inducted into our Titan newsletter. You guys will get all of the benefits from discounts, therapy of the week, if maybe you got questions or want to learn about them, our different events, because events are still going on here in Florida. We're doing it right and doing it safely. Maybe not the whole state, but Titan Medical Center is. And at that point, we're there for you guys. And you guys might learn something from the newsletter. Every week, it's new content for you guys. Check it out. We have testimonials in there from people. It's really, really cool because I get that question a lot. I want to see somebody that, that uses this and it works on. So this is a great way to check that out. Or you can check it out on our social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Make sure you guys are going to YouTube. Please press subscribe, hit the bell, all notifications so you get all the great videos and content. Also check out the website, www.titanmedicalcenter.com. I'll be back with Drew on Friday with Titan Lifestyle with Big Drew at 2 p.m. Titan Medical Health and Lifestyle Show, Sunday on ABC, 11 a.m. If you guys are not able to get it, you don't have cable, this and that, problems, or you're not in the state, all you guys got to do is go on to Facebook. I can't play it on Instagram. I wish I would or could. I play it later, but live, 11 a.m. Sunday, it'll be on Facebook, so go over there, the Titan Medical Center Facebook page. So it's been a great Titan Talk Tuesday. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. Thank you guys very much. I'm John from Titan, excuse me. I'll see you next Tuesday, 6 p.m. Thanks, guys.